Hello and welcome back. Well, the new week has started with some gains coming in for the precious metal space. On your screens, we are trading at near 1 week highs for the gold prices. 1294 is back. The silver price is also showing you a bit of a green. The Indian price is, of course, just about consolidating. The energy space in the previous week had declined quite sharply. You saw 4% of a cut coming in, but some stability, some opportunity buying in this space as well. The only other space that has seen some pressure has been the base metal area. Well, you have seen increase in inventories, and that's what's putting pressure across board there. So very stable, very flat moves coming in there. Let's get on board Jim Rogers. He's author of Street Smarts, Adventures on the Road and in the Markets, and he joins us on the show with his strategies or opinion on all of those commodities. Jim, hi, welcome to the show. What do you make of the statements coming in from the FOMC and recent data from US as well? And by when do you expect to see increase in interest rates?
Well, it's pretty clear that, in my view, what's going to happen is that as the U.S. pulls back, and they say they will continue to pull back, eventually interest rates will go higher, or stock markets will go down, or both. And unfortunately, when that happens, these people in Washington are not, they're bureaucrats, they're academics. They're going to get scared and panic. When people call them up and say the pain is too great, they're going to relent and start printing money again and say, don't worry, we'll take care of you. The markets will breathe a sigh of relief. They'll rally, go up for a while, and unfortunately that may then lead to the last leg of this bull market, because rather than staying the course, which central banks have rarely done in the past few decades, they will give in, print, say everything is okay, but they will not be. They will just get worse.
Jim, let's talk about the crude prices, and they are trading at a 6-month lows, but it's not just the crude which is declining. The prices of natural gas have been slipping rapidly as well. What's your sense on the whole energy sector?
Natural gas prices are very low. They're down 60, 78% from their all-time high. There's been a glut in the U.S. anyway, where the price has been set on the futures exchanges. That glut is probably not going to last much longer. So I would suspect that natural gas is probably a good place for people to start looking for investments.
Well, Jim, the gold prices are stuck in a range too. We have seen $1,300 per ounce try to hold as a pivot point. There is pressure from strong dollar and equities, but there is also support from geopolitical concerns. Where do you see the prices headed?
Well, I'm not a buyer of gold. I'm certainly not a seller of gold. I own gold. I would suspect there will be another chance to buy gold sometime in the next year or two. I'm doing nothing at the moment.
Jim, between gold and silver, the silver prices have held on better, not just in the international markets, but in India as well. Do you see a better opportunity in silver than in gold?
Well, if I had to buy one today, I would buy silver, only because it's down more on a historic basis. Silver's down 60% from its all-time high. Gold is down 30% from its all-time high. So I would prefer silver to gold if I were doing something these days.
Jim, the base metals have a mighty big run that we've seen in the last couple of months on strong manufacturing numbers from US, Europe, China as well. Do you see the run-up continue in the sector?
Yes, I'd rather buy, at this point, I'd rather buy base metals than precious metals, mainly because base metals were beaten down more. And we do know that expansion, capital spending in the base metals industry has been cut back dramatically because people are worried. That has not happened in precious metals. And there's still a lot of precious metals in inventory worldwide. That's not true of base metals.
Jim, you always have been close to the Chinese growth story. What's your sense now on the economic numbers there? Are most of them surpassed the street expectations?
I have bought some Chinese shares in the past few months, and I'm looking to buy more if I find the right opportunities. The Chinese stock market has been down for over 6 years now, so it may be a better place to buy than other stock markets.
A final question, Jim, and this one is on the currency. The Indian rupee has been stuck in a range around that 60 mark. We have seen some depreciation in last 3 trading sessions. The Indian Central Bank has been buying, capping gains in the currency. The Indian forex reserves also stand more than $317 billion. What's your view on the rupee and the other Asian currencies?
Well, yes, the rupee, you have big reserves, but you also have huge debts. India keeps running up higher and higher debts. So until we can figure out exactly what the new government's going to do.
Asian currencies.
Well, yes, the rupee, you have big reserves, but you also have huge debts. India keeps running up higher and higher debts. So until we can figure out exactly what the new government's going to do, I am skeptical of the rupee. The renminbi, I certainly own the renminbi, would like to buy more if they ever, especially if they ever make it convertible. By the way, if the rupee is ever convertible, that could have exciting and dramatic consequences in India. The Japanese yen I own, mainly because there's so many people short. The Japanese yen right now, it's certainly got long-term basic problems, fundamental problems. In the meantime, there's lots of shorts, so I own it. What else? The Hong Kong dollar, I certainly would buy, I have bought and would buy more Hong Kong dollars. A, it's tied to the U.S. dollar, so there's not much risk. B, eventually it's going to disappear once the renminbi is convertible. So then you will get renminbi probably at a cheaper rate. So I guess of all of them, well, not of all of them, but certainly the Hong Kong dollar is complicated but also interesting.
Fair point, Jim. We'll let you go at that. Always a pleasure talking to you. So a bit skeptical on the Indian rupee, but is betting on the Japanese yen, renminbi, and of course Hong Kong dollar in the days to come when it comes to the Asian currencies. With that, it's a wrap on the FNO show, giving it out to Neeraj and Tanveer for closing trades.